World Dairy Expo 2015, you know, it's all about profitability. Today we're talking about a little bit of a declining milk price compared to 2014. Doesn't look all that bright for 2016, so the phrase profitability is critical. Here at DuPont Pioneer, every year the phrase profitability is critical, and how they help dairy farms manage it comes in multiple levels. We're in aisle 2400 in the center of it all here in the Alliant Energy Center Expo Hall. Dr. Bill Mahanna with DuPont Pioneer is here, and I was teasing earlier about how he's been a tough fella to get a hold of because everybody is trying to figure out how they're going to find profitability, Bill. Not a bad growing season, but a challenging growing season. We've got 63% of our corn silage off in Wisconsin as of Sunday. So we're a little bit ahead of the game, but I'm curious what your observations are on the feed that we're harvesting today.
Yeah, it's interesting because the growing season we had this year, quite a bit of moisture through the whole growing season, which generally is quite a blessing. But one of the things that happens is when you get a lot of moisture during the vegetative stage, you'll tend to have a little taller plants, longer internode growth, and as a result of that, our fiber digestibility usually is going to be a little bit lower than normal. So we anticipate possibly a little bit of a challenge in terms of fiber digestibility. We know we had good starch content in that corn silage this year from what we're hearing, but the fiber digestibility could be a little bit compromised.
So now we have that to keep in mind, and again, diminishing returns on our milk check. So what kinds of suggestions can you make to help me manage that through the winter and into next spring?
Well, really what we've tried to introduce here at Expo this year is what we're calling integrated feed solutions. And what we're trying to do is to help producers understand that we are more than just a seed company.
Right.
We have people, we have products, we have services that we offer. And one of those is actually called NutriVail, and that's a product line that where we are trying to differentiate what a normal silage inoculant that would just cause fermentation, pickle the crop. How is that product line different from something like an 11 CFT in our NutriVail feed technology, where it can actually improve fiber digestibility? Now that's something you would put on when you're chopping the silage, and it will help it ferment, but more importantly, it'll make that fiber more digestible.
Right. Now, does that mean if I'm thinking about, or I have to heavy up on corn silage in my diet, that my cows aren't going to be bad off?
Exactly. If you can improve the fiber digestibility, you can have higher inclusion rates of fiber. I mean, we would like to get to those 65-70% forage in the diet. You'd have, generally it's more cost effective, generally better rumen health. But again, if the fiber digestibility is compromised, cows aren't going to be able to eat as much, and there's not going to be as much energy in it. So, you know, you have to deal with Mother Nature and what she threw at us, but then there are some management things like using these products that we can actually improve fiber digestibility.
So now I see a couple different products up here. Is this kind of an evolutionary process for DuPont Pioneer? Tell me a little bit more about the rationale here.
Exactly. So this is almost a relaunch of these products. We've had these out for several years, and we have about 2,000 dairy farms in North America that are using these products today. But what we're going to be introducing is a whole portfolio of product to change the nutrient availability of other nutrients, whether it's protein, whether it's starch, whatever. That's the goal.
All right. So it's a story in the works, which is good to know. DuPont Pioneer always working ahead for us. You know, unfortunately, there's plenty of people that are feeding cows this afternoon or tomorrow morning, and they're standing looking at it, they're smelling it. It's got that off smell, or we know it's an old feed. It's got a little discolor. What can you do to help me with that?
Well, that's the other thing we're talking about here is we have a new product called Rapid React. And I think producers have understood that the technology in silage inoculants of having Lactobacillus buchneri has been quite a positive thing. Buchneri basically will inhibit the growth of yeast. And yeast are what cause the whole cascade of events leading to heating. The challenge with those products is when you use it, you have to wait about 30 days before the product really performs to expectations. We've developed a new strain of Lactobacillus buchneri that does that in 7 days. So it happens faster, Pam, but then also, like I say, this late season stuff, it's not going to have the yeast growth, it's not going to have that off smell, so we can improve digestibility in that a little bit because we're not going to let the yeast eat it, we're going to save it for the cows.
Right.
And then secondly, the palatability should be a lot better.
So that's something I should talk to you about today because I'll have to get it for next year.
Next year, exactly. Yep. Those are the two things, NutriVail and Rapid React.
All right. Like we said, it's all about the whole farm management process. You guys are more than the bag of seed that people used to annotate with the DuPont Pioneer Group before. And you guys are always ready to sit down and work through a farm's plan.
Exactly. We have a list here of about across the whole world, because this is World Dairy Expo. We've got people from all over the country. We have 10 dairy specialists in North America, but we've got a whole page of dairy specialists around the world that we try to work with our livestock customers. So whether it's nutritionists, rumen microbiologists, veterinarians, we have the whole gamut here at Pioneer.
And if you haven't got the time to swing through here at World Dairy Expo, DuPont Pioneer's got a tremendous amount of library on the internet. You were talking about the silage magazine that you kind of keep as your own.
Yep, we are on our website, DuPont Pioneer's website, a tremendous amount of information. A lot of the articles I've written for the various dairy magazines through the years are all archived there. We have the silage zone manual that's available to people. So yeah, we're trying to show people that, you know, the whole circle from planting all the way through to feeding, we've pretty much got that expertise.
Yeah, like we said. If you're looking for answers, this is a great place to start. Dr. Bill Mahanna along with us from DuPont Pioneer. They're in the center of it all here in the Alliant Energy Center Expo Hall, aisle 2400. So no matter who you're looking for, the expertise is right here. From the product to the service to the incorporation in your farm management plan. From World Dairy Expo with DuPont Pioneer, I'm Farm Director Pam Yankee.